Hey, listen up. We got another episode of Wise Kracks, featuring the crack man himself, Bill Krackenberger, and our co-host, John Orlando, straight from Las Vegas. Wise Kracks is your ticket inside the world of sports betting, with tips, picks, special guests, and more. Only on WSN.com.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Wise Kracks. I've got Mr. Bill Krackenberger sitting next to me, and he looks real chipper today. You look chipper.
Just kind of on I really shouldn't be. I'm on 4.5 hours sleep. I'm running around. I have so much to do. Just flew in last night and have a lot of things to do because I'm flying out next week back to Jersey. Just back and forth football season. It's just it's kind of crazy.
It's a busy time of year for you coming up now with football, right?
John, there isn't enough cash I can get my hands on
really
at this time of the year
because there's so much opportunity.
I didn't expect as much. Matter of fact, I'm going to tweet something out today. I just didn't expect as much opportunity for betting that there are in Jersey, especially with like DraftKings they put all the games up for every week. So week 2, week 3, week 4, and they had some unbelievable lines on some things that I just kept on betting over and over again on futures. And like I said, it's just there's literally not enough money that I can get my hands on.
Really?
And I have a strong 6 figures in tickets, in bets on apps, and it's not enough. I could go. I definitely could have bet. It sounds
What's
crazy.
the number? Tell me the number.
I could have bet $1 million.
Really?
Yeah, because they're taking 5s and 10s. That's $5,000 and $10,000 a pop. And on some of the stuff, I know I'm just going to middle it. And I'm not a middle guy. You ever see? I don't talk about middles or scalps. It's not what I do.
Yep.
But situations presented themselves that were just too juicy of opportunities. It's almost common sense on a lot of them too.
Explain the middle. I know what it is, but because there's a lot of people that now have followed me over here, and they're learning about all this.
So I laid 1 on a football game and come back. You lay 1 with New England on a football game, and you come back the other way. The team they're playing plus 3.5. It's 3 already, but it's going to be 3.5 probably by game time. People just think New England's still that team too. So you got to understand, even though Brady's not there, even though Gronk's not there, even though they lost a lot of their guys. It's still a public team, New England. So you just have to know who the public teams are. You have to know who's a better team this year. And maybe like preseason, Denver probably had the biggest preseason game out of all of the teams. They won by 28 points or something, like ridiculous. People think that means something during the regular season. It really doesn't. But Denver is much improved, by the way. They are. I actually like the Denver team this year.
Yep.
So you just have to put yourself in the mindset of the public and the square type people out there, and which there's nothing wrong with being square. I was square for years, and most people are. They're just gamblers. So anyway, there's a lot of opportunities, and we're going to talk a little bit about that here on the show.
When you say you like Denver, do you mean to maybe even make a deep run?
No, I mean I like their over season or their season wins. I think I may have bet a little bit on. I have so many futures that I don't. I usually don't. I usually only have maybe this time of the year. I won't bet anything. Usually my futures are already in earlier. I actually went a little bit later this year and bet some futures. So, and futures from book to book vary. So it's hard for me to go like over 8.5 season wins at one book because they have minus 110, and then yet other books have over 9 even or over 9 minus 0.5. It's hard for me to give that out to like my crack wins guys because it's not fair to them if I'm getting the 8.5 and they have to go over 9. I get a win, they get a push. So it's situational and market situational. And but yeah, so I'm just For example, I do like Denver though this year. I think they're going to be a little bit better than people think, and we'll see this first week. One of the bets I made was this first week. I bet Denver pick 'em minus a quarter. And I believe you can get 3 on the other side. It's funny that I haven't checked it yet, but I'm going to buy back, knowing that the line was moving, and it was going to move. Denver, minus 3 over the Giants. There's some 3 flats here in Vegas, so Stations, South Point. So there is opportunities for middles there. Pick 'em in 3. I'll lay pick 'em in 3 for tons of money if I could all year, season long. these games land 1 and 2, and of course 3 is the number 1 number that comes out in football. So lands on 3, you get a push on one side and a win on the other side. That's really what I want.
Right.
I'm betting it to go across the key number of 3 or on the key number of 3. But again, I don't want to talk about that and sound like that's what I do, because I don't do that.
Right.
98% of my bets are 99% is regular betting throughout the season.
Right.
I'm only doing this on some futures because there's opportunity.
It makes sense. Right.
There's opportunity there. They're putting up week 2 and week 3. The public's not looking at that. No one's looking at that. So,
right.
Just knowing which way the line's going to move, or forecasting or predicting the line, it's really it's not even a skill set, but it's almost just put your mindset on the fan.
Yep.
What do you think they're going to bet? Which way do you think they're going to bet? So, anyway, and knowing a little bit more how powerful a team is, maybe knowing that they're a little bit better this year than people think. So, anyway, we'll see.
Very cool. We have a really fun show. Obviously, we're going to talk a lot of football, but we've got a very special guest. A good friend of mine, Mr. Giga Chikadze, is going to be joining us a little later on.
Yeah.
He's
coming off a big win.
Coming off a huge win against Edson Barboza. Yeah, in the UFC. He's now 7-0 in the UFC, so looking forward to talking to him a little bit later. And but let's talk about football. NFL starting up with my team, my Cowboys, playing the Bucks.
Yep. Cowboys, Bucks. John, this is something that maybe I haven't talked about yet. I am probably going to do something here I don't usually do. I'm going to give a rare pick.
You on the show?
Yes. I'm going to give a rare pick. This is one of those basic strategies where you don't even have to know anything about the teams. This is my favorite number, by the way. Number 1 number in football to tease is 8.5. Now, it's 8, which is fine. 8 and the stations has 8.5. Some of the places have 8. I think this is a good teaser leg. I think it's good to tease Tampa Bay. It's a home team basic strategy primetime game. Perfect. So you tease Tampa Bay down through the 7, down through the 3, right down to the 2. So Tampa Bay -2, one leg of your teaser. I will be sending that out.
Really?
And I'll be betting that.
Tampa Bay -2.
I don't know the other side yet. There's some different games out there. Matter of fact, this is the biggest spread of the week. Is this game?
Really?
It's unusual. Usually there's double-digit spreads in the NFL. Right. No, we have nothing on this. San Fran's given 7.5. That's like the biggest, and the Rams are giving Chicago 7.5. That's the biggest lines that are out there. I mean, there's no big lines out there. So, situationally, I will be betting that end of the teaser, and I'll find another end on the other side. So.
Interesting. Okay, there you have it. A rare pick coming out.
A rare pick. Man. And it might be the Rams. The Rams versus Chicago at home, teasing it down.
Rams are at home?
Yeah, Rams teasing it down through the 6. I'm sorry, through the 7 and the 3. They're 7.5, so they'll bring them down to -1.5. That might be the teaser I'll be sending out, but definitely part of that. It's almost common sense. It looks so square, but here's the reason why it's not square. The bookmakers know that these home teams of 8.5 points is a basic strategy tease. They have upped the juice. I mean, there's a place in town charging -160 on a 7-point teaser. I used to pay $115 and $120 when I first started betting.
Right.
$130 is the standard. If you're paying over $130, demand different, or bet somewhere that does lay $130. The price gouging on teasers is out of control. So, and it's because guys like me, I guess, talking about these.
You're
but
the
hey,
cause.
That's what we're here. We're here to help.
Yeah, right. Okay. What else going on? Record numbers here in Vegas.
Yeah.
Gambling wise.
I think it's going to keep up too.
$1.36 billion in July.
Yeah. Listen. People aren't working. The unemployment checks are coming in. The bonus money's coming in.
And they're putting that to good use.
Let's call it the bonus money.
Yeah.
I mean, no. Listen, Walmart's packed. People buying TVs and people coming in gambling. Let's call it what it is.
Yeah.
I'm not joking.
Yeah.
When I did Political Junkies and sat in that chair, I said the same thing.
Yeah.
The money is not being used for the most part for what it's supposed to be. People aren't paying their rent still.
Yeah.
That's it. It's called a moratorium. They're throwing them out now.
Yeah.
September. Things are going to start to change a little bit. So the party's over.
might get kind of ugly for some, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Especially if they spent their money on TVs and gambling.
Right. And the first full week of college football went down last week.
First full week of college football went down. First, let's continue with that number, the $1.36 billion.
Yeah.
So even the July numbers for sports betting, even though we're in Vegas here, New Jersey led the way with 500 and some million in volume, which is for the summer month of July is ridiculous. It's a really big number. I expect New Jersey to lead the way throughout the whole football season.
Really?
Yes. New Jersey is they're drawing still from New York, since New York doesn't have mobile betting. They're drawing from New Jersey, from North Jersey, Central Jersey. There's money in Jersey.
Right.
There's money out there now in droves anyway, as we see here in Vegas.
Yeah.
But there is real money. Even people from Pennsylvania, even though they have sports betting, they're coming over. They're coming over to New Jersey and Atlantic City for the weekends and stuff.
That's their Vegas now, right?
It is. It is.
To be able to bet
that hurt
sports.
us. That hurt Nevada.
Yeah.
Even my buddies used to come here for March Madness, Super Bowl. They don't come anymore.
They don't need to.
They don't need to. But we're still getting a really good number. You see the $1.36 billion from gamblers in July.
Yeah.
But anyway, when it comes to sports betting, New Jersey's still leading the way, and I expect Nevada to be up there, though. People love coming for football with their buddies, getting away from their spouses, and gambling here. And what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas is really that really is something that's absolutely true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So anyway, so now last week football. Yeah, it was the first full board last week. The more things change, the more they stay the same, I think, too. Alabama still looks like they're the best team, trouncing Miami. So
yeah. And the funny part is, I don't know if you remember, I don't really like college football. I don't really care. It's just not one that I follow. I follow it more now because of you and the show. But I don't know if you remember, a few weeks ago I said, I don't really know much about college football, but all I know is this: Clemson's a monster. I'm just going to ride Clemson till the wheels fall off, and the wheels already fell off. Game one.
Georgia beat them 10-3 in a bore fest.
How do you only score 3 points in a college football game? Has that ever happened? I mean,
last week was a weird week. Listen, I lost last week. I actually lost. I had some terrible, terrible beats. But after going 17-7 the week before, pumped up, 10-unit winner. We just had a slow start for college football. Some terrible, terrible beats. But I don't really like talking about bad beats too much. But I didn't even watch the game. My buddies were one of my guys was saying, "Hey, great job on Maryland first quarter." It was like first quarter they scored 31 points or something, and the game went under right after he joned me with that text. So he's off the list.
He's off the list.
Yeah. But
he should know better.
A couple. Arkansas, Rice. There was some bad beats, but that happens. Listen, we listen. The edge that I have compared to anyone else out there, service-wise, industry-wise, that sells games, is ridiculous. I'll tell you right now. I get other people that have subscribed to other services. I mean, they're giving out games that don't move. If you don't beat the closing line, you're not going to win in the end. We beat the closing line. I have games that move. I bet Seattle I gave out -1 preseason, moved to 6.5. I mean, even last week, though, games move, 1, 2, 3, up to 5 points. I've seen some of the game moves. Listen, if you're getting that kind of movement from someone like myself, God, the value there is ridiculous.
Yeah.
I don't know anyone else that does it.
No.
So.
No.
Yeah.
So my Cowboys and Bucks, Dak, first game, no preseason games. I don't think he even took a preseason snap, right? He was hurt. He had the shoulder. My Cowboys go all the way this year, no?
So you think this is like a preview of the NFC
Yes,
Championship?
It's a preview.
Yeah.
Yes. No.
Yeah.
You're not buying it?
No. No.
Cowboys win more than 8 games?
I did feel really bad when he got carted off on a stretcher last year.
It was terrible. He was crying. I mean, it was terrible.
I had a tear in my eye for the guy.
Because you could tell he's a nice guy.
Yeah. Well,
he got
rewarded for it.
Yeah, he did. He got paid handsomely.
Yeah. Yep. No, that's going to be it. Listen, it's probably going to be one of the highest rating football games of the year.
I would think.
People are dying for NFL to come back. Thursday night football, parties. This might be the highest rated primetime. I would think it'll easily be the biggest Thursday night game, but it might even be like surpass Monday numbers for game of the views. People can't wait for this. So should be
a big matchup. And
should be fun.
Brady still has gas in the tank?
It looked like it. He only took a couple snaps here and there, but
he's Brady.
Gas in the tank 6 months ago. He sure showed everyone he did.
Right. Yeah. Right. And I'm real excited about next Monday.
Yeah. We're going to the game.
I'm your +1.
Yeah, I got to be honest with you. I wouldn't have flown back unless I was going to, like, I have buddies coming in town. You're going to meet my friends.
Yep.
I don't know why. I have no interest in going. Like, I get that box for every game throughout the season.
That's unbelievable.
I won't go to any games unless they're a primetime game.
Crazy.
I won't go. Yeah, like you and Vanessa can go to.
We're in.
Yeah, you can go. You talked out. He'll get you in one of the games.
It'd be amazing.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Listen. I think that the Eagle fans are the toughest fans out there. I think they're crazy. They're very. You can't wear like a Dallas jersey.
No.
Into an Eagle stadium.
Suicide.
Yeah, but if you go to a Dodger game,
it's okay.
You can wear like an Oakland shirt. No one's gonna say anything.
Yeah. Giants though,
you're a Giant shirt. They're not gonna go after you though. They're like they're California. Everything's like laid back. And they don't take their sports as serious as
Raider Nation's a little different though.
Raiders.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are coming here this weekend that aren't going to the game. They're the ones that are going to be partying in the casinos with the black paint and spikes and old wartime. What do they wear? They wear stuff from like Gladiator.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think this town's going to be packed up with a lot of crazy people.
You know, it's funny you say that. Usually when I go to any sporting event, I don't wear any team, even the team I'm supporting. I don't usually wear any. Yeah. Hats or jerseys or anything like that for that exact reason. I'd rather just look like I'm a casual. I barely know what's going on.
Yeah,
I'm not. I've got no dog in the fight. Yeah,
yeah. I'll have my iPad in there. Hopefully, I can bring my iPad in. I don't know the rules over there. Yeah, I won't really. I'm coming. I'm here for you guys.
I like that.
Yeah, so it's nice though. It's a nice suite. They have the.
You're like our chaperone
on the floor. You're like they have the like. It's one of the suites the casinos own.
Yeah,
and it's a really nice atmosphere.
You posted a pic.
Drink.
You posted a pic of your view.
Oh, I did
on Instagram or Twitter a while back. It was a while back.
Yeah, that's
you went
view.
to visit the stadium or something.
Oh yeah, I did the pre-tour.
Right.
And we have access to this big bar downstairs where they open the thing and the Raiders come out there, and you can watch them come out on the field if you want. Yeah, that I want to do. I want to get there a little bit early.
Yeah, I'm in.
I want to get there early. Like they're gonna go on the bus from the casino. I may take my truck and just go early.
Go early and deal with parking
and pay to park like a sucker.
Me too.
And I may do that. I may pick you up or something. We may go together.
Yeah.
But I may go with the bus too. It matters. I want to see what time they go. Maybe they'll have different times. They can go a little bit earlier. So anyway.
Bills and Steelers.
That's the first game. Is that the first game on the board there, right? On the first game. Hold on, let me check. That's the top NFL game that day, I believe. And it's funny. Some action on that game I seen under action early, and then it went. Someone kicked it over, so it opened to 50.5, went down to 50, and someone nailed it up to 52, and now the real boys came in there and nailed it to under 48.5. That's the opening game on the Don Best rotation, the official schedule.
Right.
10 a.m. here in Vegas, Pittsburgh, Buffalo.
That's a big game.
Yeah, it is a big game.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's going to be. I don't know if that's a 7-point game. I mean, Buffalo. I know that Buffalo's good. The quarterback's great, and new contract over there, and 6.5, 7 points. I don't know. Listen, I don't like doing NFL sides.
Right.
I did bet some sides because I knew the advantages that they were going to move the games and that just to be on the right side of the move and buy back some of the other side. But I'm more of a total guy and more of a prop guy. So I'll have a lot of props, have a lot of totals.
Yep.
Anyway, there we go.
Yeah. And we covered the 3-week that you can bet.
Yep. The moves. DraftKings allowed you.
That's really.
To bet
and do you think that they'll regret offering that at some point or no?
Oh no, they have.
There's too many.
They have billions of dollars. This place. This is DraftKings. I mean, they're in Jersey, and I hate to give such a shameless plug for them because I do know some other guys are limited by them, and once you start winning, you get limited. I was told, but at the counter they were taking giant bets for me.
Really?
Yes.
In Atlantic City.
Yeah. Week 3, I was betting New England versus the Saints. -1 even. I kept on betting it over and over and over again. I mean, I just bet it and came back. Next day it was available. I bet another 5,000. Next day, bet another 5,000.
Are they in multiple casinos in?
Just resorts in Atlantic City.
Okay.
They have a nice DraftKings there. We filmed action there on Showtime. We filmed the Super Bowl episode there. It was really cool. It should be fun and having opportunities at those type of bets. I usually don't do that, but I know it's almost common sense. The Saints, after the storm, unfortunately, they're going to play on the road now for I don't know how many games.
Yep.
And they're going to get pretty tired of being on the road. I think, too. So I think that could be a good bet opportunity there. But now that moved now, I bet it -1 8 times, 7 or 8 times. And now it's 3.
It definitely comes into play, right? At the end of the day, these are human beings that have wives and kids in school and family to take care of, and being at home and comfortable. It's definitely changes their mindset and all that stuff. It's all stuff you got to factor in when you're thinking about these games, right?
For sure, absolutely. No, there's the human element. Analytics can only take you so far.
Right.
There's a lot of analytical guys out there that want to use a model or a program, algorithm. That's great. You have to have a human element.
Yeah.
You have to have, you have to know about those situations like that.
Yeah.
You have to read social media, see what's going on. The storm situations, what's going on in people's lives. It means a lot.
And you also have to probably factor in the every team has a guy or a few guys that can step up and under pressure and they thrive under it. There are certain guys that are just gamers.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
And that's something the analytics just doesn't always show.
It doesn't show.
That X factor.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
The
Great
Kirk
stuff.
Gibson, hobbling up to the plate and hitting a home run.
I just watched that last week. I don't know why. I was
so good.
I was
right?
looking at something. Who's the great Dodger? Vince Scully.
Vince Scully.
So Vince Scully there was an hour special on MLB Network. I don't know why I had it on, but it was on, and it was about Vince Scully, and it was great.
Yeah.
And one of the things was him calling that.
So good.
And watching him swing and hobble.
Yeah.
And, oh my God.
Referring to the ball as a she. Just referring to the ball as she, right? She is gone.
She is gone.
So good, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oof.
He was the best.
He was the best.
Best ever.
And what else was on there? The Dodgers right fielder Rick Monday running and taking the flag
when they played the Cubs or something,
away
right?
from those mutts.
Yep.
Trying to burn the United States flag. I mean, they deserve.
He went and scooped it right up off the.
If I had the keys, they would be away forever.
Yeah.
Oh, forever.
Yeah.
One thing I am true and true blue American. I worship that flag. I stand up. I salute. People don't even know. They don't even know the reason why we have the national anthem.
Yeah.
You should Google it. You should watch the 15-minute video on YouTube about it before you start kneeling for the flag.
Yep.
Then you can kneel. And if you feel you should kneel after, fine, you can kneel after. But watch that video, that 15 minutes, the reason why that is there. I hate to get political or anything.
I'm with you. Did you, a couple weeks ago, I forgot to follow up with you. I sent you a text and I said, you got to watch this documentary, a basketball documentary about Ron Artest. And remember when they went up in the stands and the internet?
I remember that. Didn't he go after the guy?
Yeah. Did you watch that documentary yet?
No, I didn't.
I forgot what it's called, but I'll remember what it's called. I'm going to send it to you again. You got to watch it. Next time you're on a plane or something.
I would want to see it.
It's really good, man.
Yeah.
Well, listen, the words of wisdom from the Crack Man doesn't have to stop right here on the show. You can download the Crack Wins app and get all his picks. It's on Apple, it's on Google Play, or you can just go to crackwins.com. You've been very profitable over the last 20 years.
Oh yeah.
But this last let's say 9 to 12 months, you've had a good run.
Oh yeah. We never have a losing quarter, never mind losing year. I mean, the value you're getting from like I said earlier, there's no service that gives you out all this stuff and everything moves your way. I mean, 90% of the stuff I'm on the right side of the move.
Yeah.
That's going to equal money in the end.
Yeah.
We got things rolling now. NFL props will be starting tomorrow night. NFL totals. I like betting some first half totals, probably even more than a full game total, but I do both.
This is your most exciting time of year for you, though, right?
I used to never get excited for the NFL. It is an exciting time. It really is. It's a very exciting time of the year. Maybe because I have my buddies coming in. We're all going to the game Monday night. I'll try to get myself pumped up, for the game. I'll be putting the black things on, the paint and everything. Spiking up my hair.
Oh, my God. That'd be hilarious if I showed up and you've got little black...
Yeah. Are you a Seinfeld fan?
Of course. I was watching it last night.
Like Putty.
So
when you
good.
Went to the game and shave your chest. You shave your chest. Yeah.
It's so good. We will literally watch it every night.
Really?
Every night.
Oh, good.
Yeah. It's like the last thing we watch 2 to 4 episodes before we go to bed. We fall
cool.
asleep on the couch and we get up and we go upstairs.
Oh, that's wonderful.
So good.
So anyway, we got a lot of stuff happening now. It's a great time to join. Crackwins.com, Crackwins app. Apple, Google Play.
Yeah. And then after you join that, head on over to WSN.com, which is kind of like the sports betting Bible, really, is what I like to call it, because just from talking to you and what I've learned now over the last year of doing this show with you, they got everything. Specifically, we've a link now.
The week 1 matchups.
Yeah, they really break down these games really great.
Yeah. No, they have. I'm on there right now too.
Cowboys versus Buccaneers.
Oh yeah, that's the first one, of course, opening game. But they have them for all the games, and they have great fantasy football content too. That's still big. I know we only talk sports betting on the show, but let's just face it, these sites, these DraftKings and FanDuels, they all started out with the fantasy side of things. So, and they're still big into it. It's still a multi-million-dollar part of their operation. Yeah. So, WSN has that covered. The top fantasy football sleepers and just almost everything. Who should start? The trade value.
I'm looking here players. For the Cowboys Buccaneers. They've got key players for the Cowboys, key player for the So like this is something like that where it says like Buccaneers key player Mike Evans, wide receiver. So does that stuff you'll factor in? I mean, I know you get your inside info and that stuff for props.
Inside info is strong,
but this is the kind of stuff that the fans need to be aware of at least, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. You go over, listen, WSN.com. Go over there. You'll see what we're talking about. Not only do they have the most articles of any site that I know of, they put up more articles than any site covering all different sports betting things, and NFL games, and then of course you can go. They have a $600 weekly NFL Pick'em contest. Don't forget about that, and there's a lot of value in that too. By the way, I would check that out. I know someone on the inside there, and they told me that there's a lot of value on the contest. I'll just tell you that. Latest prediction odds and news, and not only that, they have the all news section, which I love because it talks about the sports books in Arizona. Like Arizona's getting ready to start tomorrow, so there's the first article there on the all news section is about Arizona. Then there's articles about the Virginia, which has sports betting now, and DraftKings, BetMGM also going to go live in Wyoming tomorrow. So. It's actually unbelievable that like I don't know what they are. They like the Pioneer State. I'm just thinking these places that you would never think has sports betting. Yeah. It's having sports betting. So article on Florida, which is going to be giant. Oh my God, when Florida gets sports betting.
Yeah, that's a big one, right?
It's so big. Even though it's not the biggest state out there, there is gamblers.
Yeah.
They've all retired.
They all came from New York, right? And they came down.
They are gamblers. Yeah. Connecticut, of course, going to have sports betting here in a couple of weeks. All of it's on WSN. And don't forget the bonuses. The bonuses are the big thing.
The first one that pops up, I'm looking at like you always talk about, $5,000 risk free.
That's a great promotion. As a matter of fact, when the day that came out, I actually text the WSN Twitter feed guy and said, listen, Caesars is having a $5,000 promotion. I hope you guys are going to have that. The next day they had the $5,000 up there. So that's a great up to $5,000 a free bet. I mean, you've got to be a fool not to take advantage of that.
Right.
If you've never had the William Hill app, the Caesars app, and make sure you take advantage of that.
What kind of gambler are you if you're not taking free money?
God. DraftKings up to $1,000 in bonus. Bet365, $500. You can keep on going. BetMGM, $1,000. Points bet, $1,000. Unibet, $500. They're free bets. Then you have the Sugar House, the Hard Rock. There's so many different places. Golden Nugget, $250 free bet. This is if you are not taking advantage of these bonuses in these jurisdictions, then that's such a big part of my arsenal is to make sure I'm upping with sports books and getting new bonuses with all these different books. So WSN.com has them all. Make sure you go there and check them out. Especially for that contest. I'm telling you, there's a buddy of mine that told me that this is more valuable than people think. So he's going to be mad that I'm adding competition to him, though. Again, Wyoming and Arizona going live. Let's we got a big guest coming on.
Crack, I'm real excited about this one. You know, we've been waiting for this one for a couple of weeks now. My buddy Giga Chikadze is on an epic UFC run right now. He's won 7 fights in a row in the UFC. And this is after trying to get in the UFC on Dana White's Contender Series a few years ago. And unfortunately, he lost the fight, and he didn't quit. And he went and fought in some smaller promotions and stayed on it. And it's such a great success story. This guy is absolutely going to be a future champ. And if you remember, Bill Krackomberger, I told you, bet the house on Giga. Bet the house on Giga. And he is joining us now from his home country in Georgia. How you doing, Giga?
I'm doing great, my friend. I'm doing great. I'm chilling in Tbilisi, in my city, where I grew up, in a neighborhood here with my buddies, some childhood friends, you know, and I'm really happy about it to be here with my loved ones, you know.
How long are you going to be there?
I'm going to be here 10 more days. So hopefully I'll change the ticket, stay more. I don't know. We'll see. So far, I'm going to stay 10 days.
Fantastic. Do you know who you're fighting next?
I don't know. I mean, I'm working on it. My manager is working on it. You know, I've been told to be replacement on the title, and also many good things I heard. But so far, I have not really heard like something realistic. You know, like it's kind of sounds like a dream to fight for title straight. But anything will happen. I feel like gonna be like big, which gonna either take me to straight to title or maybe one and then title. So I'm excited. I'm excited really for the future.
See, Bill, the problem Giga has had over the last couple of years in the UFC is no one wants to fight him. So it's hard to get guys to sign the contract.
Oh, wow. Now, Giga, do you come back to the States and train in California?
Oh, yeah. I live in Huntington Beach.
Okay, so you live in Huntington Beach. You're just back there right now to visit but your family's back in Georgia, your family and friends.
Oh, yeah. One of my buddies here.
Hey.
We grew up together. One of my teammates, a good friend. And, you know, like it's a lot of fun for me to be here because they having hard times to come to U.S. to travel to attend the fights and stuff. And I'm here like sharing the love with them.
And I seen the video on Twitter. Wow, that video on Twitter went like a little viral at the airport, right? Your fans there, your heroes welcome. It was so exciting to see that. Just watching that, it gets you pumped up. Like it must have made you feel unbelievable. How was that like? Was it unexpected, or did you overwhelming, or had it be an amazing feeling?
Yeah, man. Like imagine, like so when I grow up here, all the wrestlers or soccer players or judo fighters, they get like crazy love and attention here when they win Olympic Games, like from the airport till for all the time they get like really special attention, special love and support from the people around, you know, in the villages, in the streets, in the cities and the TVs. And finally, after winning karate world championships, kickboxing world championships, nothing really like got me to that level what I've seen on TV compared to all these guys. But after this fight, after Edson fight, once I arrived in airport, that was insane, man. Still it's going on, you know, people recognize me even with the mask on it. And it's really special to me, you know, especially from this city. You know, anywhere I go in the different cities, it's cool to have the attention. But in my city where I grew up, it's like it's been a dream to me.
Very nice. Very cool.
Yeah, Giga, it's really cool for me because I've been with you for this entire journey of yours. You know,
you've been with me on my first baseball match. You've been with on the Dana White Contender Series.
Yeah.
Definitely, you've seen my journey.
Yeah, man. I mean, yeah, Bill. It's funny. So I know Giga through Jake Ellenberger, which is how I know you.
Yep.
And Bill is very good friends with Jake as well, Giga. And so Jake was fighting Matt Brown in Atlanta a couple years ago. And the night before the fight, Jake has to kind of chill in the hotel, and he doesn't go out, and he's getting ready. So I took Giga to see the Braves game, an Atlanta Braves. He'd never been to a baseball game.
Oh wow!
And
we were doing the what was
the tomahawk chop, and and so we're in this Uber with it's me, Giga, and Jake's manager Morgan Smith, and Morgan is explaining baseball, the rules to Giga, and I'm like, Morgan, he's not going to pick up baseball in an Uber ride to the stadium. Like, what are you talking about? So, Morgan's like, no, I'll explain it to him. We get to the thing. Braves get a guy in first, and Giga's like, so now they bunt him over?
Oh, wow.
He actually got it.
Oh, he knew.
Yeah, he knew.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, crazy. Giga, I read something that I can't imagine that this is true, and I want you to either confirm or deny this. You had Barboza in a choke, and I read that you let him out of the choke because while you were choking him, you realized, wait, I predicted a knockout, and so you let him out of the choke so you could go for the knockout. Is that really true?
So, John, last 6 years, pretty much 7 years, I've been grounding jiu-jitsu. Man, like when you work from 5 to 7 years hard, you get your black belt. So people don't realize how good is my jiu-jitsu, how good is my grappling. So imagine, like, I never been attack guy in a wrestling or ground game. So I've been just training like to defend myself. And let's say, so one of the choke, I was working on it was like the Darce choke and the anaconda. So when somebody is shooting on you on a double leg or single leg, what's the first thing? Either guillotine I'm going to do, either Darce or anaconda. So I'm really good on this, and people don't know about it. So yes, I had him on a choke. He he did not really defend. He tried to defend, but the cage was the first problem, which helped him. That's why I couldn't hook the leg. So the cage helped him to survive from the first one. But then I switched to the Darce, and I could finish him with the Darce because I had him, and I knew that if I would push him, I could choke him. But same time, I realized that it's a striking match. That's for the title of the best striker. Can you imagine like me choking him and asking and saying that, hey, I'm the best striker? So everyone would start mentioning that, hey, you're not the best striker. You finished with a choke. So that was exactly the reason why I let him stand up and give him and 3-piece and soda.
That's amazing.
Oh, wow.
I mean, Bill, I was there. It was so exciting.
Yeah.
Barboza is no slouch. This guy, is dangerous. I mean, vicious leg kicks, and Giga just put it on him. It was so exciting to watch. I mean, it was something.
Yeah, we really appreciate you coming right on after it too. That's great. That was 2 weekends ago. So, Giga, I have a question. Can you? I want you to talk about your foundation a little bit. Are you involved with a foundation? This knockout cancer. I lost my mom 2 years ago, and she had cancer, and she had some things wrong with her. Yeah, so I know what that's like. So, what is the actual foundation? You want to explain that to us a little bit?
Yeah. So, that's what I experienced. Also, the 7-8 years ago, my mom had cancer, and it was the hardest battle we had in a family, and I experienced. My mom experienced, and that's something like a big issue to me. And I don't know how to explain. Usually, I don't really like to talk about it, but people now, since they know, they ask me a lot about this. I just try to help some other people. It's like when I fight and get some money, pretty much when I want to. If I had a mom, I would definitely give her some present, right? Like something big, I would try for her. Especially when you get like the bonuses and when you get the big money from UFC. So that's kind of situation to me. So when I get some extra income, definitely I'm trying to share with some others who's dealing with that type of issues. So this foundation is not big, but we already have helped more than 220 people.
Wow.
So we're trying to make it even bigger. So we can, if my charity is big, definitely I would be helping more people. So that's the whole idea about it.
Okay, so that's KO Cancer. I'm looking at it just for the people to know out there. KOCancer.charity, Knockout Cancer Foundation, and that's fantastic. I'm going to be willing to go there myself and make a donation right after the show. So just to let you know, thank you. Thanks for having that.
Giga, I got to ask you. That time we were at the Palms, and you were really down. You lost your Contender Series fight, and I remember introducing you to Dana White over by the craps table at the front of the Palms, and he came up to you and he said something like, keep your head up, work on your ground game, and come back. And you did exactly that, and you are now undefeated since you've made it into the UFC. What is this feeling like for you?
That time, I feel like there's something died into me. That was a big hit to me to losing Contender Series, because I'm gonna tell you why. Because I was there with my wife and 2 kids, just us, and I felt like I let them down with especially, I got choked in the last minute. I was winning the fight for whole 15 minutes, and last seconds of the fight, I got choked. Was really hard to deal with. I had almost like, I had kind of type of depression. I didn't want to go on a training. I could not sleep. I hated myself. Every single time I see it in the mirror before, I was like talking to myself like some trash, But I feel like God and family was the number one thing what helped me to motivate myself to keep all the shit together, and get better. Especially from the Dana's words that he told me that, hey, keep your head up, like you said, concentrate on wrestling and ground game. And I knew how good I was. It just this day just was not my day. And plus, same time I was fighting kickboxing and MMA together, and this thing is really hard to cheer for 2 things. Imagine like that you're trying 2 rabbits to catch, and one runs here and one runs here. How are you gonna catch both of them? You have to start. You have to cheer for the one thing. So that's what I did. I concentrated on the ground game, on the wrestling. I went to Mark Munoz school first with the kids like 6, 7, 12, 14-year-old kids. I was with a line with them, like their parents were telling to coach that who's this weird guy with a beard and no hair, why he's training with our kids. So I was not ashamed. I was not ashamed to do this, but I did this all, and today when I see my journey, I'm proud of what I've done so far.
Yeah, man, you should be. It's been great to watch. I mean, it's amazing what confidence does for you, too. I mean, he's been putting in the work in the gym, and he's got this aura of confidence, especially the last 2 fights. He finished Cub Swanson, who is a very highly decorated, MMA fighter, has been in the UFC and fought the best of the best. And now to finish Barboza in classic.
Cub just finished before, I believe, Charles Oliveira, who's a lightweight champ, and Dustin Poirier, who just got some spectacular.
Yeah. And I still believe, and I've said this to you before, and now we're starting to, we still haven't seen the best of what Giga can do in there.
This is, we haven't seen the last of him, of course. It's only going to get bigger from here. The best is yet to come.
So, Crack, are you going to be on the Giga train from now on? Are you on the Giga train from now on?
Of course I am. Of course I am, yeah. Good deal. Well, this is great. This was great, John.
Giga, thank you so much for taking. Where are you? Are you out in the middle of the street right now? Where are you? What's going on out there?
I'm in a neighborhood where I grew up, and these streets I was missing, and I'm with some of the young buddies here, some of new friends, old friends. I'm just having a lot of fun here, man.
That's great, man.
I still train every day. We have Olympic champions of wrestling, judo, Olympic champions, freeware, like all different type of the high level athletes. So I'm still in the shape. I'm still hoping that they call me that Ortega is injured or Volkanovski is injured, then they catch my flight and boom in the Vegas street.
For the Giga kick.
Beautiful.
I like it.
The Giga kick.
Well, Giga, thank you so much for taking the time and talking to us today, and I look forward to your next fight. And, of course, I will be there wherever it is. And thanks for stopping by Wise Kracks today.
Thanks, Giga. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Appreciate all the love and support.
All right, we'll see you soon. That's Giga Chikadze.
That was great.
Yeah,
look,
good guy.
You get a black knockout cancer shirt, KO cancer shirt with a donation there too. So make sure you go there and check it out. And with a $60 donation or more, you get one of those shirts. Good.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Excellent.
Another good show in the books, Mr. Krackenberger.
Another. I was seeing if there's anything left. There's nothing left.
No, we did
covered
it.
Everything.
We came, we saw, we conquered.
Awesome.
All right.
All right.
Let's do it again next week.
See you guys.
We'll see you.